Elena Matthews wasn't anyone special at Northview High, at least not in the eyes of her classmates. She wasn't the type who turned heads in the hallways or got noticed at football games. She had wild, curly hair she didn't know how to tame, thick glasses she couldn't live without, and braces that seemed like they'd never come off. To make things worse, she was shy, painfully so. She spent most of her school days silently sitting at the back of the class, keeping her head low, hoping no one would look her way. But somehow, they always did. Brace face! Here comes Metal Mouth! God, she looks like she brushed her hair with a fork. The laughter, the whispers, and the cruel giggles followed her through the hallways like a dark cloud. She got used to pretending not to hear. She became an expert at holding her tears until she got home. As prom season approached, things only got worse. In the cafeteria, posters decorated the walls. Students buzzed about dresses, tuxedos, limo rentals, and dinner reservations. Girls squealed about their dates. Boys competed over who could get the hottest girl. Elena watched all of it like an outsider peering in through frosted glass. She kept checking her locker. Maybe someone would surprise her with a promposal, a sticky note, a secret admirer, anything. But her locker stayed empty. Her inbox, too. By mid-April, it became painfully clear. No one was going to invite her. It was a Thursday afternoon when it all came crashing down. As Elena walked past the lockers after class, she overheard two girls snickering. You think she really thought someone would ask her to prom? Maybe if we all wore blindfolds. I'd rather take my dog than show up with her. Elena clutched her books tighter, turned into the nearest hallway, and fled. She didn't stop until she reached the girls' restroom. There, behind the last stall door, she let the tears fall. Heavy, hot, and bitter. She cried not just because of what they said, but because she believed them. She stared at her reflection in the cracked mirror afterward. The tangled mess of curls, the crooked glasses, and the shiny silver braces that wrapped around her teeth like a prison. She whispered to herself, maybe I am ugly. No one would understand. No one ever did. Until the next day. Hey, Elena, right? Elena turned, surprised. It was Aubrey Jennings, popular, tall, confident, always surrounded by friends. Elena had never exchanged more than 2 words with her. Yeah, she stammered, confused. Aubrey looked nervous, which was surprising. I've been meaning to talk to you. Look, I know people haven't exactly been kind to you, and that sucks. It really does. But I think you're beautiful. Elena blinked. What? I mean it, Aubrey said. You've got gorgeous eyes and killer cheekbones, but people are shallow. They only see what they want to see. You don't need to change, but if you ever want, I could show you some tips. Hair, makeup, maybe clothes. If you're into that, I think they don't deserve to keep treating you like you're invisible. Elena stared, her heart pounding. Why are you doing this? Aubrey smiled gently. Because I used to be you. Before I moved here, I was the girl no one talked to. I had braces, glasses, acne, the works. Someone helped me once. I never forgot it. Elena hesitated. Okay, I guess. We can try. And so they did. The next few weeks were a whirlwind. Aubrey invited Elena to her house after school, where she introduced her to the art of subtle makeup, how to use a little eyeliner to enhance her deep brown eyes, how to find foundation that matched her skin, and how to highlight her cheekbones without overdoing it. She showed her how to condition her hair, how to define her curls instead of hiding them. She even helped her pick out a dress, deep emerald green, off-shoulder, form-fitting, but elegant. It brings out your eyes, Aubrey said with a grin. "But I still have the braces," she mumbled. "So what?" Aubrey shrugged. "You don't have to erase who you are. You just need to let people see the real you." Elena looked at herself in the mirror and didn't recognize the girl staring back. And for once, she didn't hate what she saw. The gym was unrecognizable. Twinkling fairy lights lined the ceiling, the floor sparkled, and the DJ was already pumping loud music as couples began pouring in. Elena stood outside the double doors, her heart racing. Her palms were sweaty, and she felt like she might pass out. "I can't do this," she whispered. Aubrey gave her a knowing smile. "You already did. Now go show them what beauty really looks like." She took a breath and stepped inside. Heads turned. The music seemed to fade in. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. One by one, eyes landed on her, then widened. Who was that girl? She floated across the gym in heels she still wasn't sure she could walk in. Her hair shimmered, her skin glowed, and that green dress clung in all the right places. Whispers followed her again, but this time not out of cruelty. "Is that Elena? No way, that can't be her. She looks amazing." The boys who never noticed her before now tripped over themselves to ask for a dance. Jason, Liam, Bryce, even Tyler, the one who called her Braceface the most, stepped forward sheepishly. "Hey, Elena. Wow, you look... wow. Wanna dance?" She smiled sweetly. "No." "What?" He blinked. "I said no," she repeated. "You had your chance when I was invisible." She turned away from him, just as she had from the others. As the night went on, she continued rejecting each guy who approached her, not out of arrogance, but because none of them saw her until she was wrapped in makeup and sparkles. All but one. "Hey," came a voice behind her. "You look beautiful." She turned and smiled. Nathan Reed. Quiet, kind, not in the popular crowd. He sat next to her in English class. He never teased her. In fact, he was one of the few people who actually said hello to her in the hallways. "You recognized me?" she asked. "Of course," he said. "I've always seen you." She felt her throat tighten. "And you've always been beautiful, just so you know." Her heart stuttered. "So, would you like to dance?" he asked. She nodded. "I'd love to." Under the dim lights, they danced slowly. The music seemed to fade into the background. She no longer cared who was watching. For the first time in a long time, she felt seen, truly seen. "Why were you always so kind to me?" she whispered. Nathan shrugged, a shy smile on his face. "Because you deserved kindness. Everyone does." "I didn't believe that before." "Well," he said gently, "sometimes we need a little help remembering who we are." She looked into his eyes and felt something shift inside her, something stronger than mascara or eyeliner. This night wasn't just about revenge or proving anyone wrong. It was about finding herself again. And in Nathan's quiet gaze, she realized she wasn't ugly. She never was. She was just waiting for the right moment to shine. The photos from Prom circulated on social media for weeks. People couldn't stop talking about the mystery girl. Even when they learned it was Elena, they refused to believe it. But she didn't care anymore. She walked into school the next Monday, holding her head higher. The braces were still there, her glasses too, but now she walked with quiet confidence. People moved aside for her in the hallways, their mocking whispers replaced by curious stares. But Elena didn't need their approval anymore, because now she knew real beauty isn't about fitting in. It's about being seen by the right eyes. And sometimes it takes just one person to remind you of your worth.